Hello everyone, I Hiral Popania. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about introduction to nucleic acids. There are two types of the nucleic acids, namely deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribonucleic acid. Primarily, nucleic acids serve as the repositories and the transmitters of genetic information. As we know, there are two types of the nucleic acid, that is the DNA and the RNA. DNA, that is the deoxyribonucleic acid, and the RNA, that is known as the ribonucleic acid. They are the responsible for the genetic information in the human. The chemical basis of the hereditary, so they organize into these genes, the fundamental units of the genetic information. The nucleic acids, they are first discovered in the nuclei of the cells. They contains huge organic molecules like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and the phosphorus. The nucleic acid, that is the polymer of nucleotide held by the 3' and the 5' phosphate bridges. Mainly DNA and the RNA, they are the polymers of the nucleotides. They nucleotides, they are held together by the 3' and the 5' phosphate bridge. As we know, there are two types, DNA and the RNA, ribonucleic acid and the deoxyribonucleic acid. Functions of the nucleic acids. DNA is the chemical basis of heredity and may be regarded as a reserve bank of the genetic information. DNA is exclusively responsible for maintaining the identity of different species of organisms over the millions of the years. So the cellular function is under the control of the DNA. The DNA, that is most important, which is reserve bank of our genetic information, and also it is responsible for the identity of the different species of organism. The DNA is organized into genes, the fundamental unit of the genetic information. The genes control the protein synthesis through the mediation of RNA. The DNA that controls the protein synthesis, which mediation of the RNA. The interrelation of these three classes of biomolecules, that is the DNA, RNA and the protein, constitutes the central dogma of the life, that means molecular biology. So what is the central dogma of life? That is the DNA that replicate and form the duplicate DNA, that is the known as the replication. Then the DNA converted into the RNA, that is known as the transcription process, and the RNA form the protein through the translation process. So this is the molecular biology and the central dogma of our life. The composition of the nucleic acids. Mainly nucleic acids, they are the polymer of nucleotides. The nucleotides, they are the form of the nucleosides and the phosphate group. The nucleosides, that is the form by the bases plus sugar. So the bases, they are the purine or the pyrimidines, and the sugar, that is the ribose and the deoxyribose. So base plus sugar form the nucleosides. These nucleosides join together with the phosphate and form the nucleotides, and the polymer of the nucleotides, that is known as the nucleic acids. Composition of the nucleosides. Nucleosides are composed of the nitrogenous bases and the sugar. The pentose sugar is either a ribose in the ribonucleosides or the 2-deoxyribose in the deoxyribonucleosides. The glycosidic bond, the linkage of sugar and the base for the nucleosides, involve the distinct nitrogen atom in the purine and the pyrimidine ring. In the purine nucleotides, The nitrogen 9 of the purine ring is linked to the carbon number 1 of pentose sugar, and the in pyrimidine nucleoside, nitrogen 1 of the pyrimidine ring is linked with the carbon number 1 of the pentose sugar. Nucleosides with the purine base have a suffix, that is the sine, while the pyrimidine nucleosides end with the dine. Here is the difference between the what is nucleosides and the nucleotide. Base plus sugar. Base, that means purine or the pyrimidine, attached with the sugar, that is the known as the nucleoside, and the nucleotide, that is the base plus sugar plus phosphate, that is the known as the nucleotide. Next, composition of the nucleotides. The phosphate ester of the nucleosides, mainly known that nucleotides are composed of the nitrogenous base, a pentose sugar, and the phosphate. That means nucleotide, that is the nucleoside plus phosphate. The esterification occurs as the fifth or the third hydroxyl group of the pentose sugar. The most of the nucleoside phosphates involved in the biological functions are the 5' phosphate. 5' AMP is abbreviated as a AMP, and the third prime is written as the 3' AMP. Next, purine base. Purine base are the 9-member ring structure consisting of the pyrimidine ring, which is fused to imidazole ring. The atom of the purine ring are numbered in the anti-clockwise manner. Major bases in the nucleic acids, they are the adenine and the guanine. The purine base, that is the 9-member ring. Pyrimidine ring, that is the attached with the imidazole ring, that is the known as the purine ring. The major bases that are seen in the nucleic acids, that is the adenine and the guanine. Adenine, also known as the 6-aminopurine, it contains the amino group at the 6th position. Guanine, 2-amino-6-oxypurine, it contains amino group at the 2nd position, and the oxygen at the 6th position. Here is the structure where the pyrimidine ring, that is the condense with the imidazole ring, and the numbering start from the nitrogen, that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that is the anti-clockwise numbering. It is the adenine structure, also known as the 6-aminopurine, because 6 number carbon which is attached with the amino group, and the guanine, that is the 2-amino-6-oxypurine. 2nd number carbon contain the amino group, and the 6th number carbon contain the oxygen group. Next, pyrimidines. Pyrimidines contains the 6-member ring, nitrogenous ring, and the pyrimidine ring are numbered in the clockwise manner. The major pyrimidine found in the nucleic acid, that is the cytosine, uracil, and the thiamine. The pyrimidine, that is the ring, that is numbered as a clockwise, and the most of the pyrimidines that are seen in nucleic acid, that is the cytosine, uracil, and the thiamine. Cytosine, that is found in both RNA as well as in the DNA. The cytosine, that is the 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine, has the oxygen at position 2nd, and the amino group, that is the 4th number of the carbon. The uracil, that is the found in only in RNA. Uracil, that is the 2,6-dioxypyrimidine, has oxygen at the position 2nd and the 4th. And the thiamine, that is the found in the DNA, and the thiamine, that is the methyl uracil, has oxygen at position, that is the 2nd and the 4th. Methyl group at the 5th position. Here is the structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the 6, that is the pyrimidine structure. The cytosine, that contains the amino group. Uracil, that contains the oxygen, and the thiamine, which contains the methyl as well as the oxygen group at the carbon number 5, 4 and the 2. Functions of the nucleotides: activated precursors of DNA and the RNA. ATP, that is the universal currency of the energy. It is required for the activation of intermediates in many biosynthetic pathways. It is the carrier of methyl group in the form of SAM. GTP, involved in the protein synthesis, is a source of energy. Component of the coenzyme, that is the NAD plus, FAD plus and the coenzyme A, and metabolic regulators, that is the cyclic AMP and the cyclic GMP. The functions of the nucleotides, that is the first, that is the it activates the precursor, that is the DNA and the RNA. Then as we know, ATP, that is the universal currency of the energy. It is required for the activation of intermediates in many biosynthetic pathways. It is the carrier for methyl group in the form of SAM, that is the S-adenosyl methionine. Then the GTP, that is the involved in the protein biosynthesis as the source of the energy. So it is the component of the coenzyme, that is the NAD, FAD and the coenzyme A, and metabolic regulators as the cyclic AMP and the cyclic GMP. Physiological importance of the nucleotides. Nucleotides of the adenine: adenosine triphosphate, that is the ATP, adenosine diphosphate, that is the ADP, adenosine monophosphate, that is the AMP, cyclic adenosine monophosphate CAMP, S-adenosyl methionine, that is the SAM. It is physiological importance, that is the in oxidative phosphorylation. Then ADP is substrate and ADP is product in the oxidative phosphorylation process. Then ATP, that is the universal currency of the energy in the biological system. So these are the nucleotides of the adenine. They are the important at a physiological level. Next, nucleotides of the guanine: guanosine triphosphate GTP, guanosine diphosphate GDP, cyclic guanosine monophosphate, that is the CGMP. GTP and the GDP, they are usually in the substrate level phosphorylation. GDP and the GTP, they are the used. GTP is required for the activation of the adenyl cyclase. Energy sources of the protein synthesis require the GTP and they are act as the allosteric regulations. So these are the nucleotides of the guanine. Nucleotides of the uracil: the uridine diphosphate, sugar derivatives, that is the UDP sugar. It is act as a sugar donor in UDP glucose in synthesis of the glycogen. Other UDP sugar is glycoproteins and UDP glucuronate in the conjugation of the reactions. So these are the nucleotides of the adenine, guanine and the uracil. They are the used for the physiological level. Next, structure of the DNA and the RNA. DNA is the polymer of deoxyribonucleotides. It is the composed of monomeric units, namely deoxyadenylated, that is the DAMP, deoxyguanylated, that is the DGMP, deoxycytidylate, that is the DCMP, and deoxythymidylate, that is the DTMP. Usually double stranded structure and have a double helix structure, mainly found in the chromosomes, mitochondria and the chloroplast. It is acts as a genetic material in most of the organisms. It carries the genetic information, that is generation to generation. deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, that is the polymer of deoxyribonucleotides. Mainly it is composed of DAMP, DGMP, DCMP and the DTMP. They are the mostly double stranded structure and the double helix structure found in the chromosomes, mitochondria and chloroplast. It acts as a genetic material in most of the organisms. It carries the genetic information generation to generation. The monomeric deoxyribonucleotides in the DNA, they are held together by 3' 5' phosphodiester bridges. Structure is often represented in a shorthand form. The horizontal line indicates the carbon chain of sugar with base attached to the carbon number 1. Near the middle of the horizontal line is carbon number 3 and the phosphate linkage, while at the other end of the line, that is the carbon number 5, that is the phosphate linkage. The monomeric nucleotides in the DNA, they are joined together with the phosphodiester bridges. The phosphodiester bridges, that is the 3' to 5'. One horizontal line, that is the carbon number 3 phosphate linkage, and the other end, that is the line 5 number of the carbon phosphate linkage. Chargaff rule of the DNA composition. DNA had the equal number of the adenine and the thymine residues and the equal number of the guanine and the cytosine residues. That is the Chargaff rule of the DNA composition. The molar equivalence between the purine and the pyrimidine in the DNA structure, that is known as the Chargaff rule. That means adenine and the thymine residue and the guanine and the cytosine residue, they are the equal number. Single stranded DNA and the RNA, which are usually single strand, so they do not obey the Chargaff rule. Double stranded DNA that obey the Chargaff rule, where the single stranded DNA and the RNA, they do not obey the Chargaff rule. Here it is the structure of the DNA. The DNA that contains the ATGC, that is the adenine, thymine, guanine and the cytosine. Adenine that is attached with the thymine and guanine that is attached with the cytosine. One end, that is the 3' and the second end, that is the 5'. The adenine attached with the thymine with the 2 hydrogen bonding, and guanine and the cytosine attached with the 3 hydrogen bonding. This is the structure like a ladder type of the structure of DNA. DNA double helix structure. The double helical structure of the DNA was proposed by the Watson and the Crick. So it is also known as the Watson-Crick model of the DNA. The structure of the DNA double helix is comparable to the twisted ladder. The salient feature of the Watson and the Crick model of the DNA, the first features, that is the DNA is the right-handed double helical structure. It consists of 2 poly-deoxyribonucleotide chain, that means strands, and they twisted around each other on the common axis. So as we saw the structure of DNA, it is the right-handed helical structure, that is the twisted structure of the DNA. The 2 strands, that is the anti-parallel to each other. one strand that is run in the 5 prime to 3 prime direction, while the other that is the 3 prime to 5 prime direction. The diameter of the double helix, that is the 20 Armstrong, that is the 2 nanometer. Then each turn of the helix, that is the 34 Armstrong, that is the 3.4 nanometer, with 10 base pair of the nucleotides, each pair placed at the distance of the 3.4 Armstrong. That means the each turn of the helix, when the twist of the strand, that means the turn of the helix that contains the 3.4 nanometer distance and the 10 pair of the nucleotides, and this 10 pair of the nucleotides in which each pair placed at the distance, that is the 3.4 Armstrong. Each strand of the DNA has hydrophilic deoxyribose phosphate backbone on the outside, that is the molecule, while the hydrophobic base, they are the stack inside. That means the hydrophilic deoxyribose phosphate bond, that is the backbone of the DNA, and the outside, that is the molecule of the phosphodiester bonds, and the hydrophobic bases, they are the stack inside. The two polynucleotide chain are not identical but complementary to each other due to the base pairing. The two strands are held together by hydrogen bond by the complementary base pairs, that is the adenine and the thymine pair has two hydrogen bonds, while guanine and the cytosine pair, that is the 3 hydrogen bond. Guanine and the cytosine is stronger by about 50% than the adenine and the thymine, because guanine and the cytosine contains the 3 hydrogen bond. The hydrogen bond are the form between the purine and the pyrimidine only. Only the base arrangement possible in the DNA structure, that is the AT, TA, GC or the CG. The complementary base pairing in the DNA helix proves the Chargaff rule. The content of the adenine equals to the thymine and the guanine that equals to the cytosine. The genetic information resides on one of the two strands known as the template, that is the strands or the sense strand. The opposite strand is the antisense strand. The double helix has major groove as well as the minor grooves along with the phosphodiester backbone. Protein interact with the DNA at these grooves without the disrupting the base pair and the double helix. So these are the salient features of the double helical structure of DNA or the Watson-Crick model of the DNA. Next, that is the RNA. This is the structure of the RNA, which is the single-stranded structure of RNA, which contains the base pair, that is the cytosine, guanine, adenine and the uracil. The RNA that contains the uracil instead of the thymine, which is in the DNA structure. Structure of the RNA. RNA is the polymer of the ribonucleotides held together by the 3' 5' phosphodiester bridges. Although RNA has certain similarity with DNA structure, they have specific differences. The differences are there. The first, pentose sugar. The sugar in the RNA, that is the ribose sugar. In contrast, the DNA contains the deoxyribose sugar. Next, pyrimidine. Pyrimidine, that RNA contains the pyrimidine uracil in place of the thymine. Thymine present in the DNA structure. RNA contains the uracil as a base. Next, single strand. RNA most of usually single-stranded polynucleotide. This strand may fold at a certain places and give a double-stranded structure if complementary base pair are in the close proximity. The, the double-stranded RNA structure just present in the some of the organisms. The Chargaff rule not obey the. Due to the single strand nature, there is no specific relation between purine and the pyrimidine contents. So the guanine content is not equal to the cytosine. So the RNA structure that do not obey the Chargaff rule. Susceptibility to alkali hydrolysis. Alkali can hydrolyze the RNA 2' 3' cyclic diester. This is possible due to the presence of the hydroxyl group at second position. DNA cannot be subjected to the alkali hydrolysis due to the lack of this group. The hydroxyl group which is present in the RNA. So the RNA is susceptible to the alkali hydrolysis. DNA cannot be subjected to the alkali hydrolysis. Next, orsinol color reaction. RNA can be histologically identify the orsinol color reactions because it contains the ribose pentose sugar. So for the identification of the RNA, the orsinol color reaction is used. Next, types of the RNA. The major three types of the RNA, that is the messenger RNA, mRNA, transfer RNA, tRNA, ribosomal RNA, that is the rRNA. Beside three RNA referred above, the other RNA that is also present in the cell, that is the heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA, small nuclear RNA, snRNA, small cytoplasmic RNA, scRNA. So these are the types of the RNA. Major types, they are the three types: messenger, transfer and the ribosomal RNA. The first, messenger RNA, mRNA, that is synthesized in the nucleus in mainly eukaryotes as a heterogeneous nuclear RNA, that is the hnRNA. This hnRNA on processing liberate the functional mRNA which is enter into the cytoplasm for participation in the protein synthesis. Mainly first, the hnRNA synthesized in the nucleus and it liberates for the functional mRNA which is enter into the cytoplasm for the protein synthesis. mRNA has the high molecular weight but it has the short half-life. The eukaryotic mRNA is kept at the 5' terminal and end by the 7-methyl-guanosine triphosphate. This cap helps to prevent the hydrolysis of the mRNA by the enzyme, that is the 5' exonucleases. This cap may be also involved in the recognition of the mRNA for protein synthesis. So the 5' exonuclease enzyme which do the hydrolysis of the mRNA. For this prevention of the hydrolysis, the cap that contains the 7-methyladenosine triphosphate, and also it is useful for the recognition of the mRNA in the protein synthesis. Next, 3' terminal end of the mRNA contains the polymer of the adenylated residues. These adenylated residues contains the 20 to 25 nucleotides which is also known as the poly A tail. This tail may provide the stability to the mRNA and besides the preventing from the attack of the 3' exonuclease activity. Next, ribosomal RNA. The ribosomes are factories of the protein synthesis. Mainly protein synthesis take place in the ribosomes. The eukaryotic ribosomes are composed of the two major parts, that is the 60S subunit and the 40S subunit. The 60S subunit, that is contains the 20S RNA, 5S RNA, and the 5.8 RNA, while the 40S subunit contains the 18S RNA. They play a significant role in the binding of the mRNA to ribosomes and the protein synthesis. The complexes, that is the 60S subunit and the 40S subunit, that is we will discuss in detail in the protein synthesis part, that is the translation part. Next, transfer RNA, that is the tRNA. Transfer RNA molecule contains the 71 to 80 nucleotides molecule and its molecule weight, that is the 25,000. The tRNA, most of it contains the around 75 nucleotides in this structure. There are at least 20 species of the tRNAs corresponding to 20 amino acids which represent in the protein structure. The structure of the tRNA resemble of the clover leaf. The tRNA contains the mainly 4 arms, each arm with the base pair stem. It is the structure of the tRNA. It is the acceptor arm which accept the amino acids. Then it is the anticodon loop, T loop and the D loop. These four arms of the tRNA. The first arm, that is the acceptor arm. This arm kept with the sequence, that is the CCA 5' to 3'. This amino acid is attached to the acceptor arm. Here is the first acceptor arm, that is the CCA, that is the code for the amino acid. An amino acid that is attached to the receptor arm. The anticodon arm. Here is the anticodon arm. This arm with these 3 specific nucleotides base, it is responsible for the recognition of the triplet codon of the mRNA. The codon and the anticodon are the complementary to each other. Next, D arm, that is so named due to the presence of dihydrouridine. Next, T psi C arm, that is the contains the sequence of the T and the pseudouridine and the C. The variable arm, this arm is most variable in the tRNA, which is based on this variability. tRNA that is classified into the 2 categories. Class 1 tRNAs, most of the predominants form with the 3 to 5 base pair length, and the class 2, that is the tRNA, they contains the 13 to 20 base pair long arm. So this is the types of the RNA, that is the messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA and the transfer RNA. Thank you.